Welcome to another OCD Recovery Instagram Live. Today is going to be on the topic of Eid. So Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim followers. Mr. Momin told me to come on today. I suggested to him, I said, isn't it Eid at the moment? And don't you think it would be relevant to cover all the OCD fears associated with Eid? And he said, that is a great idea. You've got to come on and do that. So I'm going to do that. I've made some notes because I'm not an expert on Eid, but I thought I would cover the main aspects relating to OCD. So the first one is fear of socializing with family during a celebration period. Now, this can obviously relate to any celebration period with any religion, but today we're talking about in relation to Eid. With socializing, somebody may have a social anxiety, or if they're suffering with harm OCD and they're feeling like an imposter, feeling bad, feeling like they're separate to their family, it's obviously going to be triggered. And on days where you want to celebrate, the same as holidays or weddings or birthdays or whatever, it tends to turn up the heat because you really are telling yourself, I must have a good time. So it tends to do that, it tends to go after that. So that's key there, with fear of socializing with family members, feeling uncomfortable on a time like Eid, and not wanting to let everyone down or cause a problem, and so on. So this is key to understanding a lot about, self-acceptance here, because self-acceptance is key here, because obviously you're coming in to get under with the harm OCD, and you're also going to be accepting that you may be anxious, you may feel some uncomfortable sensations during Eid, you may find it difficult socializing with family and so on, but you will do your best to be involved and take part in the day, because we can't get days back, obviously, and so we want to try and be there even if we're suffering. So it's important that we are still part of the celebrations. If we suffer during the day and it's not ideal, we've got plenty of other days to celebrate in the future, but we want to try and get involved as best as we can. This is only going to be a quick Instagram Live. I just wanted to come on to cover some of these points because I thought they'd be very helpful for people who are stuck during this time of Eid. The next one is fear of contamination from animals and due to in relation to blood being drained properly and so on. In terms of halal food, people will and around this celebration time specifically, people can often have contamination related fears in relation to sort of bad blood or it not being done properly or contaminated and so on. There can be that in relation to Eid celebrations when it comes to eating food. So that is another one that can often be there. That can often link into fear of getting food poisoning as well, if that was a fear, but not specifically related to celebration time. It can be in relation to fear of sometimes mental contamination at celebrations, mental contamination when doing things, anything to tarnish the good time that you're trying to enjoy. The next one is fear of missing prayers and religious practices and sort of religious rituals. Currently, with the time of the Hajj, people will often be trying to make sure that they're doing religious rituals, religious prayers, matching with relatives and so on that are on the Hajj and in relation to the faith. So there will be things like that. Again, trying to control things, trying to make everything perfect, and trying to make everything go to plan and work in, get a feeling of just right too. There might be a bit of just right OCD in there, so that you can get everything in place in your mind for how you want to feel on the day and connect with others, connect with God, so on. I'm talking all of this from a perspective of the faith of Islam. I'm not talking about this from my own perspectives, but I wanted to talk about the Eid celebrations because it's a time where there is so much anxiety, and I get a lot of messages from people, from Muslim followers all over the world who are stuck with OCD in relation to certain aspects of their faith on days like celebrations where OCD turns up the heat. So I thought it would be important to come on here and talk about some of those areas. So the main message is there, remembering you do have other Eids in the future. So even if you're really anxious today, there will be other ones that you will be celebrating. Even if it doesn't go to plan, you tried your best. Do try and get involved as much as you can. Do try and connect with family as much as you can. But again, OCD likes to attack the feeling connected. So if you're trying to really feel connected with friends and families during the Eid celebration, you will feel more disconnected. Or why am I not feeling connected? And that can be the same with in relation to God. If you are feeling, I feel disconnected to God, I feel like I can't feel that feeling, anything that you're wanting to feel connection to, you will feel that OCD will try and meddle in there. So that was just some brief points in relation to how to manage the Eid celebration going on at the moment if you are suffering from OCD. So just a quick video on that. I will be back doing a lot more of these OCD sort of snippet videos on different topics and questions and answers. And any other points on my list? Don't think so. I think the message is bring it for the ride. You've got to think of it like that with celebrations, holidays, weddings, festivals, any happy type, things that we associate with a lot of happiness. You're going to have a situation whereby you need to think about bringing it for the ride. Bringing it for the ride is absolutely key, because otherwise, if you're trying to force it away, it's going to turn up the heat. It's like pouring petrol on a bonfire. Guys, great to see you all here, and I will see you on the next Instagram Live. Take it easy.